Good line drive kick. It's going to be fielded by the Apollo Eagles at about the 15-20, right up the middle of the field, across the 25 out to the 30. Goes John DeZurek. Number 42 as the balloons are released here. As homecoming 1986 is underway for St. Cloud Apollo with the Wilmer Cardinals. And, all right, we're going to get a look at that Wilmer defense first of all here as the Eagles come out on offense. Again, Joel Staling, the quarterback, split backs with a tight slot to the left. Right off tackle, they go on the right side, and it's a short gain for fullback Tony Ross, number 32. Got about 3, well, maybe not quite that much. Looks like about a yard.
Zurich and
2 officially. He's out to the 34-yard line. 2nd and 8 for the Apollo Eagles as they just ran a dive play on first down. Again, tight slot to the left of the formation, split backfield. And the give this time, and on the carry, it's Ross once again.
Straight ahead play, no real cross blocking or trapping, just straight ahead. And a good stop that time by Dave Buchanan, helped up there by a couple other.
The football. The Eagles come up with Knutson at center. Same formation, this time the flanker is out. There's no slot. Both ends in tight. And on the option, the pitch is on the ground, but a good bounce comes right back to Ross. And now he lost control of it, and Wilmer's got the football, and it's recovered by the Cardinals. Sean Klinghagen. John, it looked like Ross got a gift there as the ball hit the turf on the pitch, and then he got control of it and lost it again.
Right, he had it all the way up to the 40-yard line, and then lost it again.
And the guilty party for the Eagles was Tony Ross, who's carried all 3 times. Cardinals now in their wing formation, wing right.
Unbalanced left.
And they're going to roll back to throw, and under the rush, stepping up nicely is Setro. He puts it on, he's got a man wide open, touchdown! Touchdown to Brett Sims, right over the middle, wide open, behind the defensive secondary, and the Cardinals strike on their first play from scrimmage. That will go 37 yards from quarterback Setrum, who really stepped up to avoid the rush that time, and to a wide open Brett Sims down the field. Sims was behind everybody by a good 5 or 8 yards.
You know, they came out in the unbalanced left again, and I really don't think Apollo made any adjustment to it. Apollo's in there 5-2. We'll see if they stay in that 5-2 the entire game.
All right, Greg Ahmet will attempt the extra point. Setrum will be the holder. Just like that, the Wilmer Cardinals get what they need, a quick score after an Apollo turnover. Good snap, kick, looks good from here. The official signal's good, and we'll take our first break with 9:41 to go in the first quarter. The Wilmer Cardinals 7, the Apollo Eagles. Now Cardinals have cashed in an early turnover by the Apollo Eagles and have a quick 7-0 lead here with 9:40 to go. And again, Danny Carlson kicking off. And this time one of the upbacks fields it for the Eagles across the 25 and out to the 30, where he is met and brought down by a host of white jerseys. 55, one of the first Cardinals down in on the contact there, and that's Joel Nepgetzik. He had plenty of help, John. Roy Friel was down there, number 20.
You can't always tell. And the Cardinals look like they're ready to play ball.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Apollo on the short side, near side of the field. Slot, double wide receivers this time. Motion. Back to throw. There's that short dump pass complete. And still pushing upfield is John DeZurek, the flanker. He just did a simple down and out, and he was wide open.
Only about a 4 or 5 yard pass, like you mentioned. And that's all the further you have to go. You know, the other guy can pick up 3 or 4.
Apollo. If you just joined us, you missed the Cardinals scoring their first touchdown of the night. Wilmer showing blitz here. They've got the backers in the holes. Nobody out. One man coming. The throw as he hits his man wide open out there, McMullen. Another first down in the Wilmer territory, down to the 40-yard line. And that'll be a pickup of 10, close to 20 yards, about 18 on that play. McMullen seemed to have a lot of green grass out there in the right flat that time, and I was watching the blitzing Cardinal linebacker
as he got that pass off.
Might have been Aaron Anderson, I think, on that blitz. All right, 1st and 10. Apollo moving the ball through the air. I thought they'd do this right away. Little draw play now, and there the Cardinals stack it up right at the line of scrimmage. 2 Wilmer defenders, Klinghagen and Sims, and I guess a third also, Mr. Haugard, all in on that stop. We should mention, or that was Snyder, I guess, 68 out there. Interior tackles for the Wilmer Cards. No gain on that draw play. It's 2nd and 10 at the Cardinal 40-yard line. Flanker left. Split backs as Staling rolls left. He sets up. He puts it out there in the flat. It's caught. And out of bounds is McMullen. His second catch of the night. He's got 27 on the season. He's right at that first down stick. We'll see where they mark him. It is another Apollo first down. Kent Setrum, the quarterback, hooking up to Brett Sims, wide open over the middle. 37 yards, the kick by Ahmet Good. But right now, Apollo marching it up the field. 3 consecutive first downs, a 1st and 10 at the Wilmer 30-yard line. Slot left, flanker right. Back to throw. Staling puts it out there, right through the hands that time of McMullen. And that would have been a nice game.
Right. Might have been bothered by Greg Ahmet, who's playing on the secondary.
Now, it wasn't McMullen either. My fault. It was Merrick, the other end. I think McMullen. Right.
Roy's probably about 5'6".
Yeah. Roy is playing, and he's played a lot of that right corner the last several weeks. Friel and Ahmet are the corners. Back to rolling out to the right this time is Staling. He's got blockers out there. He guns it out right as the ball arrived. A good hit by Ahmet.
Boy,
that was a perfectly timed play.
You can't time it any better than that. And Greg Greeley came up and dislodged.
That was a major league play by the defensive back there, as he really timed that beautifully. Now McMullen may
up there and not to let him know that he's going to get everything just free.
Well, it brings up right now a 3rd and 10 on the 2 incompleted passes. That last one, McMullen had it, but jarred free on that bone-crushing tackle by Ahmet. Staling, quick drop back, puts it out on the flat. It's a diving attempt at a reception, and apparently it's good.
They call it good, but it's going to be short, I think, isn't it? About 3 yards short.
On that last catch, another Apollo Eagle, Jim DePetro, number 80, caught that last pass.
4th and 4.
Gutterer, right.
Well, they're going to go for it, Bill, here. And
well, I guess you'd say 4 down territory. They're just outside the 20.
I'm thinking pass again. You know, it's their offense. And
rolling right. He's going to put it out in the flat. He's got a man out there. It's caught. First down at the 10-yard line, number 47. Coming out of the backfield that time was Dave Steiner. Steiner on the reception, number 47. And that was a nice gain, John, of better than 10 yards, wasn't
it? 13 yards.
Okay, in that last reception, I had the wrong side. It was Peter Gutterer. And he is also a defensive nose tackle. Caught that last pass to set up the 4th down play. So a 4th down conversion, 4th first down of the drive for Apollo. 1st and 10, they can get a first down without a touchdown as Staling is back to throw, rifles it in the end zone, touchdown. No good, he's out of the end zone. I thought he had it, but the official was there and he waves no good.
He had it, but when he came down, he just, his momentum of going up after the ball carried his feet over that white line, but not by much. Well, apparently they have committed themselves to 4 quarters of passing, it looks like.
Could be a long ball game tonight. The time really is not moving too fast now. Back to throw is Staling again. He rifles it again, just off the right hand of the intended receiver, McMullen.
I tell you, it's a good thing he got his hand on it, because if he would not have touched that ball, it would have been an interception for number 20, Roy Friel, for Wilmer, as he was behind him.
And they mention of about 35 yards. He's made several in the sophomore games as well. All right, here we go on 3rd and 10 from the about 11-yard line. Pitch back as they try to sweep the right side, turning the corner and coming in and being met right around the 6 or 7 was number 42, Zurich, the flanker.
Met by Joel Napgetzik, again, and Aaron Anderson on that left side, along with Brett Sims. They really crunched him on that sideline.
Yeah, they stopped him right at about 6 or 7. We'll give them 4 on that carry, 4th and 6. They can get a first down just inside the 1. 6:55 to go, first quarter. Wilmer right now clinging to a 7-0 lead. The Cardinals cashing in on one play. After a turnover by Apollo, the Eagles have moved the ball down the field, and they're going to try the field goal by Schmidt. Left-footed kicker. He'll kick it from the 15, a 25-yard attempt. He's got plenty of time. The kick is up. The kick is good. Just must have got it inside the right upright.
Just barely.
Just snuck it in there. 6:33 to go, first quarter. And number 41, Steve Schmidt, kicks the field goal from 25 yards. Apollo's on the board, and we'll return with more from Apollo in 30s. And they had it all the way down to the Wilmer 7-yard line.
Yeah, they had a long time. Wilmer's had one play.
One play.
And they lead 7-3.
It's a strange game, this game of football. And the people that know a lot more about it say it's because mainly the shape of the ball. All right, that kick is going to roll, and it goes out of bounds. That'll cost them 5 yards. They'll have to re-kick.
Well, it's a good thing it went out of bounds because some of the Cardinals were just kind of standing there watching
Of course, a live football,
it.
right?
We've seen that before.
We have. Not this year, we might add, but
No.
it's been seen in the broadcast tonight. I look for a real high-scoring seesaw affair. And so far, it looks that way. Apollo certainly is going to throw the ball until they can't. And the quarterback stealing on the kickoff. Short kick, fumbled around, and covered. Friel finally got a handle on it, and he got some help from one of his Cardinal teammates. Pretty good field position right at the 30-yard line, but
There's nothing wrong with the 30-yard line. Yeah, I think
ED. Cardinals come out in their wing to the right, and the split backs in the backfield. Long count by Setrum. He turns and gives. They run to the short side of the formation with Ahmet, and he's got a nice 5-yard pickup out to the 35. Ahmet running from left to right to the short side of the field. They were lined up on the right hash mark. And was that unbalanced left?
I think you sometimes should have to change, but they really, really believe in that 5-2.
Yeah, they really do stick with that. And they've got a good linebacker in McMullen. All right. This time we're unbalanced left. And they're going to run that way as they give the ball to Klinghagen. He turns it upfield. Nice hole. Klinghagen out across midfield and right to the midfield stripe. Nice run that time for Sean Klinghagen. Gained 15 yards from the 35 out. I guess, should we start tonight?
Yeah, let's start tonight.
All right, that's our second first down then.
I've already got it marked down. I don't want to erase it.
No, I think you're right. You'd think you'd have to get one. 5:39, unbalanced right this time, the extra blocker. Cardinals run to the strong side, and good hit by McMullen there, and he had some help. Immediately they stacked up the Cardinal back after about a 1.5 or 2 yard gain, and that was one that Greg Ahmet really paid for. As John mentioned, Cox came in to finish it off. 2nd and 8, just into Apollo territory at the 48-yard line. Inside of 5 minutes to play, first quarter. Wilmer leads 7-3. Setrum gets the snap, and they're going to sweep the left, and another hole for Klinghagen, and it bottles up, but a nice gain out across the 45 down to about the 43, maybe the 42. About a 1.5 yards or a short 2 short of a first down.
Well, not something, about half the time towards that unbalanced line. Well, last week they went against the short side.
This time they don't look to be unbalanced. They're just in a straight formation.
No, I think they're unbalanced right.
Okay, yeah, there is that extra man. Okay, and they're going to run that way again. First down, Ahmet. Turn the corner.
Pulling guard beside, so you unbalance right and you pull your left guard, you got a lot of people on that side of the ball.
And they gained the required yardage. They needed about 1.5 yards, and they got close to 3 as they're inside the Apollo 40 down to the 39-yard line, or 38 actually is where they're going to turn over, 37, 38-yard line.
Unbalanced left now.
Unbalanced left, and the wing is to the right. Pair of setbacks behind Ket Setrum. He turns, he gives, and good hard running that time. A nice run by Aaron Anderson. Or is that Ahmet? Looked like Anderson, but it is Ahmet.
Yes, Ahmet. It's Ahmet. Dan Oberg pulling from that last time from his left guard position. About 18 yards and 4 carries.
Second down, and we'll call it 3 for the Cardinals. They're down to the St. Cloud Apollo 32-yard line. Strong to the right, which is the short side of the field. Setrum on the give to Klinghagen. If he can turn the corner, which he does, should be a first down as Klinghagen just got enough before the traffic caught up to him inside the 30. He's down to the 27-yard line where it's another Wilmer first down.
That time again, pulling guard, Bob Snyder, 68, leading the way.
The clock here in the first quarter. They have a 7-3 lead and another first down at the St. Cloud Apollo 27-yard line. Strong to the right. Setrum under center and fakes the give. He still has the ball, or does he? No, he did give it off to Klinghagen.
Yeah, the way he followed him, I thought
I thought he pulled it back. It looked like he may have faked the handoff, but might have been a nice deal if he would have had the ball on that situation. They had another man coming, too, in the pitch for the basketball backboard.
Yeah, you got 35 back there now.
Okay, John Hemsey on that last carry then. 7-3, Cardinals on the move. They gained 2 on that play. We'll call it 2nd and 8. They're down to the 25. Motion by Klinghagen to the left. Fake to him, rolling right now. Some time out there. Setrum going to keep it and turns it upfield, and he pays for it just inside the 25 as he's hammered pretty hard. Setrum, I think, had a mind to maybe throw the ball initially, but then kept it, and it brings up a third, and 6.5 seconds have died down, too. The flag isn't really moving much. It was blowing a little more just prior to the start of the game. Balance to the left. We'll see if they go that way this time. They come with motion to the right. Settrum's going to roll to that strong side. He's under the rush. Now he's back. He's going to be throwing for a loss.
He lost quite a bit.
He's way back to the 30-yard line. It's behind the original line of scrimmage. About a 7-yard loss on that sack of quarterback Ket Settrum. I'm not sure which Apollo defender got there, but they had quite a few guys really stringing that
thing each week. You know, this time they had unbalanced line, but they also have a wing back, which is new.
Now the Cardinals are going to go for it on 4th down now. Passing situation. And the horn sounds to end the first quarter. So they'll have a moment or two to regroup. Cardinals looking at a 4th and 13 at the Apollo 30 when we come back with the score. It's Wilmer 7, St. Cloud Apollo 3. We'll be back to St. Cloud in Ditchin's 30-yard line. You almost think it's going to be a pass play, but you never know.
Yeah, you know, shovel pass.
Slot to the left to really one setback right now. Almost looked like somebody jumped early, but the play is off. And Settrum putting it out, and it's well short of the intended receiver at about the 20-yard line. Settrum that time stepped back to his left and then tried to throw the other way, and that takes a strong arm to get it across the field.
We haven't mentioned, I guess, the center tonight is Scott.
Snapping right from the beginning, hasn't he, on some of the longer snaps?
Right, and we kind of, the center is easy to miss.
Yeah, we're sorry about that, Scott Peterson. And St. Cloud on the play here. DeZurek, the flanker, coming back from left to right, gets a couple of yards.
A little counter, but stacked up there by Aaron Anderson, who really stood his ground that time. That's one thing, and this time he really stood his ground and made a nice hit.
McMullen lined up as the tight end to the left. Flankered out to the left is Dave Steiner. He's caught one pass. They're in the I formation this time. Is back to throw as Staling. He's got some time. He rifles it out. It's picked off. Intercepted by Ahmed at the 45 across midfield. Here he comes the other way. 40, 35, and he's down to the 35-yard line. Now he had a nice wall there, but he just couldn't quite get a head of steam up right there. And a big turnover, number 2 on Apollo. The first interception tonight by Staling, who had nice time to throw that football. They certainly protect him well, and he had some receivers out. But so the Cardinals hope to cash in their second turnover of the night. Ball is marked just outside the 35 at the 36.
Unbalanced right with that wing left and right. So
a lot of formations tonight. And there is the hole up the middle for Hemsey. He breaks one tackle, still on his feet. Now he's straightened up at the 30. Good 6-yard run by John Hemsey. I'll tell you right now, if you're an Apollo defender, you've got a lot of things to watch. These formations have really been interesting by the Cardinals. Different motion, running away from their strong, unbalanced line. And
say just once or twice, you're not going to see everything because they always add, a little bit here, a little bit there. It makes it tough just to see them at one time. But most teams now scout 2-3 times.
Second down, we'll call it 4 to go at the 30. How about Eagles? Hand off to Ahmet. He can't quite shed the first tackler, which is the linebacker. That's McMullen. Made a nice defensive play there. He apparently got through his block and stopped Ahmet for a short gain, which maybe could have been a little bit longer.
Right, Greg is about his average. He's got 1 per carry.
I think that was after the 2 victories, right?
Right.
All right, 9:27 to go here. Second quarter, still 7-3. Wilmer with the lead. Unbalanced to the left. And the give.
Fumble.
Yeah, loose football and a big pileup. It's going to be hard to say at this point, but I think, Wilmer does maintain it. And nothing doing on that play. That was Hemsey on the carry. Or was it? He recovered it, I guess.
Yes.
He did get close to a yard on that play. 4th down and a short 3. Cardinals going for it inside the Eagles' 30-yard line. They have to get it right down to the 25. And they're going to run that right side to Ahmet, and I don't think he got there.
Nope. Really, Apollo is, the arm tackles, they're there, but they're hanging on to him.
Yeah.
Kind of like if Wilmer last week would have hung on to him, but they didn't. This week, Apollo is hanging on to these people.
That was Kevin Cox again.
And real like that, they certainly got to give Apollo a very good feeling.
We'll see what the Eagles do here. 1st and 10. They're back at their own 26-yard line. They send a man in motion. And Staling is back to throw it out there, and he's picked off again. Ahmet, again, it looked like he maybe missed his receiver, McMullen.
Right, McMullen is looking back at him like, what are you doing? I'm wide open. And he threw the ball behind him. And Ahmet again played it like center field. He made a nice catch again on instant replay.
Especially for our radio audience. All right, wing to the left. And again, the unbalanced line to the right. Extra blocker. Rolling back to Setrum. He's going to be under the rush, and he's snowed under. Back in Wilmer territory, number 52 for the Eagles. Kleinfelter in on that tackle. 62, rather.
Well, that time they tried to sneak the halfback, Greg Ahmet, down the left side, down about 25 yards. And he was well covered, too, right now. He had a, minus 11.
Second down right at the 50-yard line. They have to get inside the 35. They're trying to sweep to the right, and there is nothing doing there as Ahmet is really stacked up. He got back into St. Cloud territory, but just barely at the 49. Well, that five-man front, pretty tough right now for the Eagles. Gutterer is the nose guard.
For his play, it's going to be tough for Wilmer to come up with something.
7-3, Wilmer leading right now. It's 6:25 to go, second quarter. Big third and long play. Third and about 15.
Quick kick.
Yeah, quick kick back to Ahmet, and he gets it out there nicely. If it'll just die, rolling, and it's going to stop, I think. We got a Wilmer player back there. Will just let it rest at about the 4-yard line. 3 or 4 right in that area. Beautiful play.
Can't get any better than that. That's nice. Whenever Tim Brunner takes that extra.
But twice down there?
Yes. Once it worked very fine. Next time, not so good.
5:53 now to go as the Eagles pinned way back in their own end. They keep it on the ground on first down, and there's some running room out across the 6 to about the 7. And that was, I'm not sure who carried that last time.
Was that 34?
I think so, yeah. Scott Schramm. Well, they've got the Eagles pinned deep in their own end. Cardinals have had 3 turnovers come their way, 2 interceptions by Greg Ahmet, and a fumble recovery. And again, there's another fumble. Loose ball, and Wilmer should have this. They've got 3 white shirts on it.
Yes,
you betcha. Cardinals have got it back, and they're mobbing who's ever down on the turf right now getting up. And let's see. That's Ahmet again. That's his 3rd receptions and a fumble recovery. And let's see who got the other one for us. I'm trying to think on that other fumble. Let's see, it looks like about the 15-yard line, just inside the 15. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. We'll call it the 15. Trying to add to a 7-3 lead. 4th turnover. Straight ahead goes the fullback, spinning and getting a couple.
That's John Hemsey.
John Hemsey as he gained down to about the 13. They play soccer apparently on this field too, and it's a little confusing with that soccer, but all right, a gain of 1 will give Hemsey down to the 14. 2nd and 9. Unbalanced left this time for the Cardinals. They're going to go the other way. Setrum back to throw. He's got time. He puts it in the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown.
Brett Sims.
Sims on the catch. There were defenders there, but Sims got some good hands, and he watched that all the way. Touchdown.
Nice effort by Brett Sims. Like you mentioned, two Apollo Eagles right there in front of him. I thought it was going to be an interception for Apollo. Good effort on Brett Sims' part.
3:53 to go on the half. 14-yard toss from Setrum, his second TD. It's 13-3. Wilmer with the extra point coming. Sims and Setrum on the hookup here. Kent Setrum will hold. Awaiting the snap. Peterson, good snap, kick. He drives this one through a line drive, but it's good by Ahmet. And we'll return to Apollo with the score. The Wilmer Cardinals 14. The Apollo Eagles 3, and we'll be back in a half minute. Eagles. Or are they spoiling it for themselves a little bit too?
Yeah, all those turnovers. You can't expect to be in the game with that
That's
many
right,
turnovers.
4 turnovers. On the kickoff, here come the Eagles back, and running it back is Scott Schramm. He's out across the 35, and he's hit pretty good by Sims, who must be feeling pretty good out there right now.
Well, I know Brett Sims, I think on the film, I guess didn't have the greatest game last week against Alex, and he's certainly making up for it now.
Eagles also, their quarterback Staling has thrown 2 interceptions, both by Ahmet. However, Wilmer did not cash in those 2 opportunities. I formation. Staling, quick little jump pass, and it's caught by Merrick, yeah. Scott Merrick, number 83.
Little quick pop right over the middle, about a 7-8 yarder, and very effective. they have to stay just a little bit longer.
Gain of 6, we'll call it 2nd and 4. The Eagles in their own territory, just shy of their 45 at about the 44. Back to throw with time over the middle and right through the hands of McMullen.
And even though he didn't catch the ball, he turned around. He got smacked again by Greg Aamodt.
Yeah.
Greg is playing a great ball game out here.
Well, I'll tell you, when you've been in on 2 interceptions and a fumble recovery, it shows your head is in the game. You know, they've pretty much stopped the running game for Apollo. The Eagles have completed some passes. They've had those interceptions as well. Man goes in motion out to the left. Quick pass over the middle. Caught, first down into Wilmer territory, and I believe that's McMullen.
Right, and
no, it's Merrick again, 83, okay.
And he was hit as he caught the ball. Really a pretty good defense for that quick a pass. Pretty good defense for the Cardinals' part.
First down unofficially for Apollo. The Cardinals have 4. 2:32 to go here. First half has moved along. First quarter lasted a while, but the second quarter has really been moving here. And a fumble on the pitch play. Loose ball, and who's got it? I think Wilmer.
Wilmer's got it, 55.
Yep, 55, Nip Gefsick. That time Schramm really wasn't hit at all, and he just coughed it up and fumbled it forward right into the defense.
Boy, they are just giving this game to Wilmer.
They certainly are.
And if Wilmer doesn't capitalize on these here pretty quick, you know, the second.
First half.
But for giving the ball away 5 times, one of them down within your shadow of your own goal line and down only 14-3, that's not all that bad.
That's right. You can talk about that in the locker room. All right, it's going to be a handoff to Brunner trying to sweep right. He turns the corner. He's across the 45 and dragged down right at midfield. A gain on the play of 6 by Tim Brunner. Did he get out of bounds? I didn't think he did, but he might have. The clock is stopped at the moment, though. 14-3. Cardinals trying to add to it here. Last minute and 40 seconds of this first half. Unbalanced left this time. And there's the give. They run this way. Nice hole. Breaking into the clear is Klinghagen. First down and more as he's down to the Apollo 40, and the Cardinals will use a timeout. Or will they? Thought they signaled for it, but maybe they're going to decide not to.
First half, so you can get some more points in this before you go in at halftime.
5th first down for Wilmer. 1st and 10 just outside the Eagle 40-yard line. Time becoming a factor. 1:14 to go as the snap is back. Back to throw is Setram under the rush. Over the middle, it's caught by Sims. He's got control, trying to get out. He can't get out of bounds, but he's got another Cardinal first down inside the 30 to about the 27. About a 13-yard pickup. And they stop the clock. Cardinals still with some timeouts here to use if they need them. 53 seconds now. They're still under center. Unbalanced to the right. Here comes Aamodt in motion. The snap with 50 seconds to play. And that is really smelled out. And they throw him for a loss on that reverse to Klinghagen. They still haven't taken the timeout here. Now Coach Ramey is signaling for one, and now they get it. 36 seconds to go, first half. Wilmer trying to add some points here, at least to maybe get a field goal on the board. Or a field goal
for pass coverage. They play it very well as far as the 5-man line.
All right, the Cardinals now on a 2nd down at about 15 or so. They lost on that reverse. Back to throw is Setram. He's got some time. He steps up. He fires. It's in and out of the hands of the receiver and intercepted.
Intercepted, right.
McMullen took it right away, I think, from the receiver. And was that Aamodt? Yeah, I think McMullen returned the favor on Aamodt that time, John. Pretty sure he was the interceptee or interceptor. Well, that's the first turnover by the Wilmer Cardinals, and the St. Cloud Apollo takes a timeout now as they have 29 seconds to try to negotiate 70 yards. They've got the ball at their own.
I think exciting to have somebody from Minnesota finally playing for the Gophers.
Yeah, it really is. And in a position like that, a halfback.
Rather than a big lineman.
All right, back to throw is Staling. He's under the gun as he puts it out there. It's a wobbler, and it's out in center field out there, incomplete. Almost picked off by the safety, Brunner. He did get it. Yep. He did get it. Yep. First they signaled no good, I thought, the one receiver, and Tim Brunner did come up with that ball out in center field. The 6th turnover. Now they're even. 3 interceptions and 3 fumbles by Apollo.
Very, very hard, almost impossible, really, to throw the ball deep with 20 seconds to go in the half when you know the defense is going to be playing back extra 12, 15, yards deep and going back as soon as the ball is snapped.
Wilmer's letting this clock run out now with 6 seconds. They'll probably not even snap it. 4, 3, 2, and that's going to do it. The ball is snapped right at the horn, and the play is down, and that's the end of the first half with the score. The Wilmer Cardinals 14, the Eagles of St. Cloud Apollo 3. We'll be back with a first half summary. We also have another Wilmer Warrior interview with Rudy Vigil, talking with some of the Warriors after their big win over University of Minnesota Morris. 1:15 for the pregame, and then the Twins closing out the season. Fan Appreciation Night tomorrow night as they give the fans the shirts off their back. And that game starts at 7:35 at the Dome.
The Apollo Eagles won the toss and deferred. That's why they get it here the second half.
Okay, we got that squared away. And the Eagles have the football on the return right up the middle, 25, and blasting his way out to about the 33-yard line. I believe for St. Cloud Apollo was number 42 on the run back, John DeZurek.
Well, I think we'll find out early whether they are going to change their philosophy about throwing the ball.
In 2 of the 6 turnovers in that first half, and did move the ball pretty well on the ground as our halftime stats bore out. 79 yards as opposed to 17 rushing for the Eagles. Motion to the near side, and they're going to keep it on the ground. Good, hard hit by the Wilmer Cardinals stunting linebacker. Yep, Aaron Anderson came in, and he really hammered John DeZurek for about a 4-yard loss. Well, they're not going to mark him quite that far back, about a 2-yard loss. But DeZurek is coming out of there just kind of shaking it.
As soon as that play didn't fool anybody because it was supposed to be off the left guard, but that didn't fool a soul, especially Aaron Anderson.
Well, this time they've got the big end in the slot to the right. That's McMullen. They're looking for him. Staling, a nice move to step up in the pocket, but he is surrounded by Wilmer Cardinals at the original line of scrimmage. And he is slammed down hard. And, John, you want to mention names there, but there's a bunch of them in there.
Boy, I guess there's Dave Buchanan in there, and you've got 65 for the
roll-offs.
Roll-offs. You had some second. Ryan Cray played that the first part of the ballgame.
Friel and Ahmet with 2 interceptions are the cornerbacks defensively. Buchanan in there at the end on the right side as Staling rolls to the right. Puts it out. It's caught by the back. Or was it? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but
he was really hit.
He still got 10 yards to go for first down.
Yeah, no gain really on the play as he had to come back for the ball. Tony Ross caught that pass. And really nothing doing on that play. It's 4th down and 9 as St. Cloud will be punting it away here to the Wilmer Cardinals. The Eagles punting it as they're stopped on their own 36-yard line.
Well, that's an indication that there should be a good second half here for the Cardinals as they came out to play defense.
Well, they got 3 men there. Maybe they're going to try something. Well, they snap it deep, though, and they got it off, apparently. Ball takes the roll, and Wilmer stays away from it.
You get a lot of little extracurricular going back here by the punting with 74 and Aaron Anderson again. But nothing happened.
Did you think Apollo?
And they can see if there's any stunts coming rather than having it your head down a little bit.
1st and 10 now for Wilmer as they stay on their unbalanced line, unbalanced to the right. And they run a little trap up the middle. Nice blocking and good running. That's Ahmet, or excuse me, Hemsey, fullback. And he's out for what, 8-9 yards? Must be 9 at least.
Mm-hmm. They're going to
run, John, but with the unbalanced line, it looked like a little bit of a counter step.
Nice quick trap inside.
1st and 10. Wilmer on the move on that first play. And the give this time as they try to come to the right side, running forward. Good shoulder in there by Ahmet. Did he hang on to the ball?
You know, at that time, the guard pulling for the Wilmer Cardinals was behind the ball carrier. And you don't get too much out of your pulling lineman when they come.
Ahmet on his own primarily got a good strong 4-yard pickup, almost 5. Ball is marked at the Wilmer on the ground and moving that football right now. Good crisp blocking. Strong left. Flanker is also out to the left there. And they're going to try to run that way with Klinghagen. Now he turns it up. Pretty good gain on first down, about 5 it looks like. Sean Klinghagen inside the Apollo 40 down to about the 37-yard line. Well, John, this really will, I think, take some of the wind out of the Eagles' sails if Wilmer would cap this off with a touchdown the way they're.
And run and block the way they are in this particular drive. Then it could really pop a balloon here.
It's even front now.
Okay, here we come now with the wingback right.
It's a long run.
And
Got him.
hand off to the first man through. That's the fullback, and he's stopped.
Well, that particular time, St. Cloud Apollo
The blocking was there.
changed a bit from their 5-man line, went to the 4 and dropped a man off. It was a long situation for the Cardinals, and they dropped a man off and played him back deep.
On the ball carrier, Hemsey on that handoff. 3rd down and 7 to go now for Wilmer. Big 3rd down play. Slot to the near side. And, of course, the back flanked out to the left. They're going to pass. Is rolling out is Setram. He's under a pretty good rush. He throws it on the run to the man underneath Hemsey, who catches it. Short of a 1st down, but not by much. They're in 4-down territory probably.
John gets up limping a little bit, but I'm sure that's not his number 1 receiver in that particular play. He was looking downfield a little bit further than that.
Now, John is really limping as he heads out to the sidelines. Aaron Anderson. Okay, we'll see if Cardinals run a strong left. The Eagles shifting some players over that way now.
They're over now.
Apollo's changed their defense.
And we're running that way. We didn't get it, or did we?
I don't know, boy. I don't know. That's going to be close.
Well, Apollo did shift exactly where the Cardinals wound up taking the ball, Aaron Anderson, and he was stuffed by Cox, 75, and also that big linebacker, McMullen.
Again, they changed their defense, which is not really very characteristic in that spot, but I think it was
I think a fair spot, really.
I do too.
1st and 10. That's the 2nd time the Eagles have stopped the Cardinals on 4th and short. 14-3 remains the score. Here they come out throwing. Staling guns it over the middle, and there's going to be a flag for interference on the Cards. 2 men were hanging on the receiver.
They're going to throw it on number 20, I think, Frio. No, excuse me, 26.
Klinghagen.
Klinghagen is in there right now, and he did get on his back a little bit early.
First penalty of this football game, John, on either team.
That's amazing.
No, that really is. That's one reason why there's only 5:14 left in the 3rd quarter. Pass interference, defensive interference, and that will give Apollo a 1st down. That's their 6th of the night. And they got the ball near midfield now at their own 46-yard line, 1st and 10. I formation, flanker to the left, both ends in tight. Fake and the little pop over the middle, caught by Merrick, I believe.
The exact same type of play, and he really throws it down low, and nice diving catch. I think he's about a foot short, but that makes a nice 2nd down play.
And he's made him dive like that both times. There's no way that you're going to intercept that ball if it isn't caught. 1st down. They're in Wilmer territory now at the Cardinal 45, 2nd and 1. This time they put a slot to the far side. McMullen is the slot back. He's the end. They're looking for him. Staling takes an extra drop, and he hits the knees of the receiver.
On that quick pop pass that he throws, that little dump, he does give a fake handoff to the back, and with a fullback.
The pass intended for McMullen, but he was already on the ground when the ball hit him in the knee. Incomplete, 3rd and 1 at the Wilmer 45-yard line. And they want to throw it again. Rolling left is Staling. Looking, he's hit as he throws, and it's incomplete.
Oh, 88 out here was just wide open. Not a Cardinal within about 12, 15 yards either direction from him, and he was just kind of shaking his hands. He want the ball.
Yeah, they were lucky. They had a pretty good rush on him, and I think he did, force that one just before he was ready to throw it.
Yeah, maybe if he had a little more time, he would have saw it.
4th and less than 1, just outside the Wilmer 45-yard line. Merrick is the end left. McMullen is right. The tight slot back comes in motion. That's the Zurich. He turns the corner. They run it, and they've got it.
2nd effort, and it got it for him.
Yeah, there was a Cardinal defender, John, that had that back. I think Nebgetzik had him in the backfield, but he got away.
And really a good 2nd effort by the Apollo back. Is that 32?
Yep, Tony Ross, the fullback, carried that football for a first. Again, could make this very interesting if they can eventually cap this drive off.
That wasn't sloppy tackling like last week. That was just hard offensive running by Apollo.
Slot left with the I formation. Back to throw is Staling. He sets up back there. He airs this one out, and it's just over the outstretched arms of the intended receiver, number 46 for Apollo. That's Jeff Conrad.
He was behind him. He was 3 yards off, 4 yards.
He really lobbed that one out there, and they tried to get that back to run underneath it. Couldn't quite get to it.
Throw to Conrad, playing that flanker spot that time. 2nd and 10. Staling. There's that pop over the middle, and one of the defenders got a hand in their roll-offs, or Nepgetzik, rather.
Right, again, right in his hands, but it still would have been about 5 yards short of a first down. I think maybe it was a little bit early.
3rd and 10. They've got to click on play here pretty quick, or Wilmer's going to have the football back. Flanker to the left, and he comes in motion now to the right. And now he goes right back upfield. That's the Zurich. They look for him. Now Staling keeps the football, and he's driven down for no gain. Nice play.
Nice job. 65.
Mike Roloffs really doing a good job on the inside linebacker spot, and Chuck Stern was also out there to keep him from turning the corner.
And last week you saw a lot of the Cardinals, go around blockers. That time Roloffs took on a blocker head on.
Way here right now on 4th and 9. And in to do that punting is number 30, Troy Lentner. He's also a linebacker on defense. A couple of men back deep, Runner and Ahmet for the Cardinals. And a good high kick. We'll see if they let this go. They do. It's going to bounce dead and at the 10-yard line. That's where Apollo covers it up. With 3:12 to go in the third quarter, the score remains Wilmer 14, Apollo 3, back to Apollo High School in 30 seconds. All right, thank you much, Kathy, for the update. Of course, Alec and Little Falls playing for the Central Lakes lead tonight. They're both 2-0. Game is at Little Falls. Nice play by Hemsey again, John, and a good run. The Cardinals picking up a first down. 8 first downs on the night, primarily on the ground for the Cardinals. They have scored twice through the air, but other than that, they've kept it on the ground.
Following that 4-man front again.
And a strong left for the Wilmer offense. Straight ahead. Hemsey into the open field now. That's another first down. He's got 12, maybe 13 on that carry. Really does shield that ball well with both hands, too. They're not going to likely get that away from John.
He has 52 yards and 9 carries. A couple times he been that, and the Cardinals are going right up the middle when that nose guard is not there.
Okay, it's 1st and 10 again. Wilmer, 2 straight nice runs, pretty much right up the gut. There's a fumble. Loose ball, and I think the Eagles have got this one.
Yes, Apollo has it.
Well, that time it was Hemsey. We just mentioned he never fumbles, and didn't mean to jinx it, John. That time, though, it was on the exchange, actually. He didn't quite have the ball yet when it was coughed up.
Over and over and over, as little as they, seem. You still have to work on those things every day.
Well, it's really a nice dry field tonight. And there's a reverse as Apollo tries to sweep to the right side. They've got some running room up there now, turning it upfield. And it looks like the Zurich is going to be close to a first down. He should have it.
Yeah, I think he's got her.
He's inside the Wilmer 30 down to about the 26-yard line, a gain of about 13 on the reverse.
He's the big rusher for Apollo.
As they received the second turnover from Wilmer in their own in Wilmer's territory, trying to capitalize on that fumble. I formation, wing back left goes in motion. That's Conrad, back to throw. Staling, here's that screen to the near side, incomplete.
That's a good thing he missed that because he would have lost about 5 yards on that.
They're much better off in the incompleted pass there, right?
Wilmer smelled that out very, very quickly. Sean Klinghagen was there. He wasn't the only one who smelled it out.
Roy Friel was in the vicinity as well.
Again, they played at halftime, and they're still here, dressed right down here in front of us.
Now, very nice, adding a bit of spirit to the homecoming festivities here. All right, there comes the pitch now as they're trying to run to the left side. Some nice blocking, and it breaks down, but still a nice gain by Ross. He's got about 6, maybe, depending on where they mark him, almost 7 yards.
Aaron Anderson, a good thing he came from behind. He came up the middle and caught the ball carrier from behind. Without him, he would have had a first down with no problem.
Third quarter of action to go. Nice play. They got it off right 1 second before that horn.
It was an excellent catch that time.
Yeah, that ball was well behind him, and he really made a one-handed grab. Back to throw, Staling. He's got a man wide open, and it's not quite a first down, but down to about the 6-yard line, and that is the Zurich, number 42 on the reception.
Yeah, looks like Roy Friel on the tackle for the Cardinals, number 20, playing that right corner out there. And they tried to get him on one-on-one.
Just outside the Wilmer 5. Sean Knutson, number 74, that offensive center for Apollo. Slot to the near side. That's a slot back. Conrad in motion. Staling's going to keep it on the ground. He can walk in. Nice run.
He saw that right away.
Matt Staling from 6 yards out, and the Eagles are once again on the board here with 11-14. A lot of time to go here in the fourth quarter. And I think they're going to do it.
Yes, they are, and be a big play here for the Cardinals if they could stop them.
You betcha. Then if they don't make it, then they're really in trouble. Of course, they need a touchdown.
Get him.
And the pass over the middle is incomplete. I heard a whistle, but it was in the crowd, I believe, or the band director.
Bad choice of targets as far as the quarterback is concerned, because he had 34 out there in the left-hand corner, wide open, and now it's sold around him.
In for the touchdown.
Stay good position with no fumble. How about that?
We won't be real greedy. We'll see if this touchdown fires up that Apollo defense, which really hasn't been that bad all night. Runner gets it on a hop. He's across the 20. He's got a big hole up the middle. Breaks a tackle, steps into the open, and he's out to the 42-yard line.
And take another step or two here, he would have been on his way.
Tim Brunner with a nice run back. The Cardinals got a good wall pretty much up the middle. And they have excellent field position at the 42 of Wilmer. 1st and 10 now with 11:07 to play in the ball game. 14-9 run. They went for 2 and they missed on the conversion.
Scott Peterson still at center.
Oh, boy.
He's done a good job tonight. And the snap, and there's a little trap to the right.
If they shift like
Or-
that again to short
Go ahead.
side,
Yeah, John Himsey, when he left at one time, he was limping pretty bad, and he's had some excellent runs. Since
Down play. He's out across the Wilmer 45. Second, we'll call it 5 to go. Same formation. Wing back left. 2 backs in the backfield, and they're going to run this way. A nice hole. Klinghagen is stopped pretty quickly, though, as the Eagles get their shoulder pads in there. Lentner and the other linebacker also, of course, McMullen in on the stop.
both
Ball is just shy of midfield at the 48 of the Wilmer Cardinals. 3rd down and 4. They have to get it into Apollo territory. Wing right this time. They're going to try to run that way with Ahmet. Can he turn the corner? No, he can't. He lost yardage on that play.
62 did an excellent job that time for St. Cloud Apollo. He shut off a blocker and slid out to the outside and just grabbed Ahmet and brought him down.
Greg Kleinfelter, and he is fired up. He's looking at his other teammates and saying, all right, let's go get him. 4th down and about 4. The Cardinals forced into a punt formation. Still lots of time to play. 8:50 and counting. 14-9. Fourth quarter. Snap is a good one. Brunner gets the leg into this one. And it's picked up at the 20 by the Eagles. Running right, 25. Turn the corner, 30, 35. Oh, and a good shoulder, a good hard hit as well by John DeZurek. He's a good-looking athlete.
Boy, a beautiful block laid down here by number 83 for St. Cloud Apollo, as he really decked one of the Cardinals about to make the tackle.
That's Scott Marek. He's an offensive lineman to do, too, and he got the hole. He turned the corner and pushed it upfield. The Eagles look to be a fired-up group right now. They've got it at their own 42, 1st and 10. Staling rifles that pass. 2 defenders there, but the pass is caught. What a nice catch by Merrick. 83.
Hit by Neb Getzik and Aaron Anderson right as he caught the ball, and actually caught the ball.
And gained about 7 yards, just about out to midfield. Well, they've used that play at least 3 times successfully in the tight end.
The thing we have to worry about here, not worry about, but to hope for maybe is number 7 as far as turnovers, if they can get one here.
8:05 to go. There's the snap out of the shotgun. Staling back to throw. Now he's going to keep it on the ground. He's got a hole. Staling into the open field. First down. And he's just brought down by more or less an ankle tackle by Greg Ahmet.
Ahmet, you're right. If he would have got past him, he would have picked up some more green. A nice heads-up play that time.
That time by Staling as he took it from about his own 49 down to the Wilmer Cardinal 36-yard line. 1st and 10 for Apollo. They're on the move here. Staling wants to throw it. He completes it over the middle. There's the big end. Into the open field. 1st down and more. And here comes McMullen. He's driven out of bounds inside the 20 at the 16-yard line. A 20-yard pickup. 11 first downs now. And this Apollo team, John, look like they're a group that will not be denied this time.
Well, this is the most fired up we've
Got 6 now. A lot of time left, 7:30. Clock is stopped as McMullen went out of bounds at the Wilmer 16, 1st and 10. Motion to the right. They fake the handoff to Conrad. Back to throw it. McMullen in the end zone. It's incomplete, overthrown. Pretty good coverage by Klinghagen, I think, or was it Ahmet that followed him all the way?
Friel's out there.
That is Friel.
You're right, and he was the closest one to the ball that time.
Mismatch in size for certain. McMullen, a good strong 6'2". He looks even taller than that. Lost on that one by St. Cloud. It's 2nd and 10 at the Wilmer 16-yard line. Slot to the right near side of the formation. That slot back to Zurich in motion. And here comes Staling again. The quarterback keeps the ball, and this time he doesn't get too much. He's still on his feet. I'm not sure. Here comes a flag, and that's going to hurt.
I think a 15-yard, either going to be a face mask or unnecessary roughness against the Cardinals.
Yeah, I don't know. Wasn't that a slow whistle? I mean,
Yes.
let's blow the whistle when the guy is in the grass.
Right. And there is an Apollo player down on the field, but I don't think he was involved with.
Well, they didn't give him the first down, oddly enough. I don't quite understand that. They're showing 2nd and 1. All right, slot to the right, I formation. Tailback on the call, big hole. That's the first down as they're down to about the 2, maybe the 1-yard line.
Tackled by Anderson and Nepgetzik again.
That was the tailback, Scott Schramm, on that carry. That's his best run by far from scrimmage.
And that's one of the best holes that Apollo has opened up, I think, in this game.
Well, right now the Eagles are right now in very much jeopardy of seeing their lead go for the first time. They've led really from the opening gun, more or less. Slot right, quarterback keeper, and he's in there, I think. Yeah,
Yes,
touchdown for Staling.
Right up the middle. Nice blocking that time by the center on the St. Cloud Apollo Eagle offensive line.
Well, Joel Staling scores his 2nd touchdown of the night. He passed the other one. Or excuse me, I would guess they would, and they're going to, it looks like.
Yeah, only hit by one. You just take a field goal to tie you if you make this thing here.
All right, Staling looking. He's got a man on the flat. It's caught, 2 points.
Yeah,
Schramm. That's the play that was open, right?
Exactly. That's the exact same play that was open last time they ran it. And apparently they saw it and put it down in their memory. And actually went to school on that last play and came back and picked it up for 2 points here.
Exactly as John.
It's not over yet.
No, by no means. And a good kickoff return like last time out to the 40-yard line or better certainly would put Wilmer in good shape to start out.
Right. He was just a couple of steps away last time from going all the way. So.
All right, Staling, who scored both touchdowns for Apollo, the quarterback, he'll kick it off here. And he line drives it again up the middle. Brunner will field it at his 20, 25, 30, 35. Up the middle, he breaks through. He's got one man to beat. That's Staling, and he's brought down. He ran right into him at the 43-yard line of Apollo, but a great run back.
Yeah, you talk about good position and a little firing up a little bit. You can't beat that. You're on the 40 in their territory. What, 42-yard line?
About the 42, a 38-yard return by Tim Brunner.
It really surprises me about Tim, though, is that, when he got through all those guys, that one guy had to beat. He didn't give him some kind of juke move down there.
I kind of expected something.
I did, too. I don't know which left or right or left, but I thought he would do one of them. He went right over him.
And it was the kicker, Staling, that made that tackle. 1st and 10 now for the Wilmer Cardinals at the Apollo 42. Exciting football action. This is really fun to watch tonight. 17-14, the Eagles lead for the first time in the ball game. Handoff as Ahmet wants to sweep the right side. He stopped cold for a loss.
Boy, did he come through there. That's a linebacker that time.
That's Mr. McMullen.
Right, and he just was looking back there, picking out the target. He came through there.
They didn't show it the first quarter at all. Really not much the first half, but they've been a spirited group here this second half. 2nd about 11. There goes Ahmet in motion from left to right again. Back to throw is Setram. He sets up. He's under the rush. He puts it out. It's picked off by McMullen. He breaks one tackle, and he's got the football for the Eagles just inside their 40-yard line.
Well, we were talking about a turnover, but we were thinking about the other way maybe. And that's too bad. It's really going to hurt things now as there's only 5 minutes and 4 seconds left on the clock.
I think we're going to see some running plays now from Apollo, John.
He did that first half.
Really, Hemsey's gotten a couple of nice rushes, but that's been about it in the rushing department this second half.
He's got 57 in 10.
Slot to the near side. McMullen in motion from right to left. The pitch. They're going to run that left side with Schramm. He turns the corner. Not a bad play from first down. He got about 4. Out to about the Eagle 44-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down and 6. The clock becoming the ally. of the home team Apollo Eagles, who trailed all the way. Wilmer scoring again. Apollo the first 1-0 lead, which they just gave up about 2 minutes ago here for the first time tonight. Slot right, or excuse me, flanker right. He's in motion. And there they come to the right side. Big hole. Ross still on his feet, spinning, and he's brought down in Wilmer territory at about the 41-yard line.
Well, that's the play they ran down here for that the biggest, well, probably one of the bigger plays of the game is when they really open Scrimmage's biggest run for any Apollo Eagle tonight.
He's not a big fullback at 170 by any means. He's a junior. Tight slot to the right. Staling, the quarterback, will keep it. We saw this on the films a time or two. And he's got a first down with about a 15-yard gain, maybe 16 yards, depending on where they mark him. About a 15-yard pickup. 13 on the first down count I have now, John, for the Eagles.
Right, and it's 37 yards on
a couple of touchdowns, too. A pretty good night for Matt Staling, plus that touchdown-saving tackle on the kick return. On 1st and 10, the Eagles will keep it. Quick pitch out to Schramm. He's tripped up, but Buchanan got an arm in there.
Yeah, he got outside the end that time. That's one reason they're trying to quick pitch and get outside the. They can probably know that the Wilmer Cardinals like to do a lot of stunning. And
only barely a yard did Schramm. 2nd and 9 at the Wilmer 25-yard line. The Eagles lead, and the clock is running with 2.5 minutes to play. And again, just the handoff, and the fullback Ross with a nice run inside the 20. At about 5 solid, maybe 6 yards, just to about the 19, it looks like, where it's going to be 3rd down at about 3.5. Not sure, though. Now I can't pick him up. Okay, it's 3rd down and about 3. Motion to the near side. That's Conrad. Quarterback gets a little crack, and he's close. I don't think he quite got enough for the first down. Looks like 4th and maybe about a yard.
Yes, Cox is in there at tackle.
17-14 now with 1:37, and of course Wilmer will talk this over on 4th and 1. Timeout to stop the clock with 1:37 to play in Apollo.
78 is Don Haugard, and 73 Max Schrutt right there in the middle, right in front of that ball.
Everybody's at the line of scrimmage, and the handoff, and it's going to be close, very close.
Well, if he's got him on the line, yeah, he's
got it. I think where he's, well, it's hard to say, but
yeah, if he depends where they spot it. Who's going to spot it? What foot you going to use, ref?
All right, and who carried it, by the way? Was it 32 Ross?
32. Yep, he got it by the length of the ball.
About the full length of the ball. Well, that's a big first down with the Eagles are keeping this ball on the ground and really trying to protect it. Clock running, 1:08 to go. Slot to the near side. They'll take the full 30-second allotment. They maybe took 31 seconds as flags fly. I'm not sure if they got it off. Delay of game, and that's really not a bad penalty at all on the part of them at the 21. 1:02 to go in the ball game. 17-14, Apollo coming back here in the second half, and the handoff and just inside the 20, and that's it. They try to wrestle the ball away from them.
A lot of Cardinals going after that ball, even though it's not loose. That time Joel Nepgetzik on a stunt hit that ball carrier about a yard deep in the backfield, and still they weren't that fired up. But boy, from then on, right up to now, they just gotten better.
It seemed like they stopped Wilmer on that 4th down play, and if you look back to that, then they also got a couple of turnovers. An interception really seemed to fire them up, and Wilmer also was guilty of one fumble in the second half that they turned over. Well, the play is run, and they get back the yardage.
Ross picked up, what, about 4?
Yeah, yardage they had been penalized now on the 2 plays. It brings up a 3rd. And
all those guys, he's got a couple of stunts on that. If you're going to do this stunt, you got to do it 110% down. He's got a lot of stunts going on here in the last couple minutes.
3rd down and 9. The Eagles right around the 15-yard line of Wilmer. And they keep it right on the ground and swarm tackling Ross.
I think he lost a couple yards in that play.
Well, that'll bring up a 4th and about 11. Clock is still running.
And no more timeouts?
Maybe that is their last one. I thought they maybe had one more left, but they might have used one earlier. Well, Apollo can just kind of let things run down here and savor this homecoming win. Last week, Alexandria had broke a losing streak at the hands of Willmar. This has been a much longer one here at Apollo. Inside of 10 seconds, and they're just going to watch this baby count down. Flag goes with 5 seconds. Second to flag on the Eagles, both for delay of game. 10 yards total in penalties for St. Cloud Apollo tonight. They made mistakes, but not in that department. They did have some turnovers, obviously, 6 in the first half, but they protected the ball very well the second half and were able to move the ball both on the ground and through the air. 5 seconds, and the Eagles will more than likely snap it and cover things up here. And Staling does turn. He runs. He turns upfield with 1 second. That'll do it. He got back the yardage. They had been penalized. About a 5-yard pickup on that last play. And the final score, the Apollo Eagles defeat the Willmar Cardinals 17-14 as Apollo evens their record at 3-3 overall. They're now 2-1.